Hello folks, good morning, good morning. How are you guys doing today? How are you guys doing today? It's a good morning here. It's a very cold morning in Canada, in Montreal. I was outside. I went to jogging. I was like freezing outside. It's really cold. How's the weather in your country? Delphine, good morning. Zen, good morning. Alishar, you got a really big name, bro. Like really large name. Alishar, Alaev. Is that all your name? Anyway, good morning. Um, Drisha, good morning. Benjamin, good morning. Liquidity inefficiency, super hot in tropical. Yeah, it's freezing here. Not yet. It's like 0 degree. It will in Montreal the minimum it gets in winter, like in January. At the end of December and January, it gets like negative 25. Usually negative 20 to 25. Yeah, last year it was like negative 30. So yeah, you can imagine how cold it gets here. I was in Winnipeg like 2 years ago. There negative 40 is like normal. So and winter there starts early. Okay, I hope you guys can hear me loud and clear, and we'll start. Okay, we'll start early today. It's 7:40 here. Now let's see what price can do today. Okay, after a large range day, and yesterday was a very bullish day, right? We don't usually see a bullish price action like we saw yesterday. Like in months, it happened in months, and still price is going higher. We have we cleared out the 60-day high here, right? We filled in this fair value gap. We hit this order block. Now our next target, if price is still going higher, our next target on Dow can be this 40-day high. All of these two swing high here, and seems like price is not respecting these order blocks. So we'll see if price is going there or not, right? And the same thing on NQ, but on NQ we cleared out 40-day high yesterday. 40-day high was very near. We had relative equal high. Then our buy side liquidity up here, we cleared it out, and today we hit this volume imbalance right here, and our 20-day high is right above here. So we'll see what price can do today. We have a high impact news. We have multiple high impact news at 8:30 PPI basically. So we'll see what PPI can do, and even after that I'm expecting a seek and destroy price action today. As I told you guys, after a long large range day, okay, after a big range day, we typically have a seek and destroy price action. So we'll see. Like we won't force anything. Yesterday we didn't. We took one trade and turned out to be a loss. So we'll see if our loss is getting covered today. If we are taking 3 more loss in a row, then we'll be back. We'll lose one profitable trade. So not that we are worrying about losing a trade, but we'll see how we can navigate with this price action. If seek and destroy is happening, I believe I won't find a setup. But if it's not happening, okay, there's a pool. You can share your opinion in the chat, like if it's gonna be a seek and destroy or if it's gonna be a high probability day. If it's a seek and destroy day, then it's a low probability. If not, I believe we'll find something to taper it. Now let's go back to Dow, and we have an order block right here, last stop close candle, and we are trading inside it. Okay, So we'll see what price does here inside this order block. And now let's go to 4-hour chart. Okay, I didn't talk about the weekly one. Okay, on weekly chart we do have a fair value gap here. SCB, sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. So we'll see if price is reaching all the way up here. It's so near to this CB, which is like 60 points. Yeah, around 60 points. So I believe price can easily reach up here in this fair value gap. So we'll see after, if price is reaching up here, what it's doing. If it's moving towards buy side, we have these two targets. And tomorrow is Friday, right? Sorry, tomorrow is Monday, Tuesday. Tomorrow is Thursday, so we'll see what's happening on before we close this week. Okay, if we are seeing any bearish price action or not. Price have been moving like towards buy side aggressively. It's right, I believe it's because of the war that's going on. And we'll see what happens. Now let's go to 4-hour chart. Usually when price has a move like this, okay, and when price comes down, eventually we have a high resistance liquidity run. This is a low resistance liquidity run. Okay, if you just look at the past price behavior, like here, I'm gonna hide the indicator. Like here, we had a low resistance liquidity run, right? Price went higher, and after that, as you can see, we had a very choppy delivery on daily chart, and this is what we refer to as a high resistance liquidity run. And it's been like this like forever. If you see here, low resistance liquidity run, and after that, when price was coming back down to the discount, we had a very choppy delivery, and it was a high resistance liquidity run. And this kind of price action on daily chart looks choppy, but it provides a high chance of probability for us, as we are trading like counter trading with our model, with our breaker block, right? We are basically expecting a trend to get broken, and after that we engage with a breaker or even with an inversion. That's what we are doing here. That's what I do with my model. So this kind of condition on daily chart generates high probability models for me. And when price is basically trending, yeah, I just keep when price is just basically trending with no retracement, like here, as you can see, we had a fair value gap, price didn't even hit it. Like here, we had multiple fair value gaps that price left unfilled, and when price eventually came down, filled the fair value gaps, it did it with high resistance liquidity run. So as I was saying, this kind of scenario provides high probability setups for us, and this kind of delivery lasts for months, okay, not for days. As you can see, the whole month of May in 2023, price delivered with high resistance. That means what? We had high probability models right here. So we'll see what price does here, even if price is rejecting from this weekly fair value gap or not. So let's mark it out. And this is our buy side liquidity. Now let's go to 4-hour chart. Let's see what price is presenting to us here. Okay, we had a buy side. We also do have another buy side liquidity up here, which is inside this weekly fair value gap. Do you guys see this swing high? So I'm gonna keep an eye on this one. Now the price is so close to this weekly fair value gap, we'll see like if price is providing us any opportunity targeting this swing high, which is at 35.85. So we'll see. This is a buy side liquidity right here. And is there anything else on daily chart, on 4-hour chart? Basically not. We have a on regular trading hours, okay, we have a big gap right here, and usually price fills this gap, as you can see here, right? Price was moving towards buy side, we had a gap, then price came down, filled the gap to the tick, and then it moved towards buy side liquidity. So this is a really big gap, and we'll see if price is eventually coming down here today, or we can expect to see price coming down here this week. Price won't leave this gap. This is a very big gap, and I believe price won't leave it untapped this week. So we'll see price returning back to this gap this week. Now the question is when price will do that, and we'll see. We'll see. Price will show us its hands when price is reaching at this regular trading hour gap. So this is our RTH dot gap. So we'll also keep an eye on this, and let's move back to electronic trading hours, and our buy side liquidity is here. We had a trend line liquidity going on here, which will be visible on lower time frame. So let's go to hourly chart. Let's take a look at hourly chart, and as we do have a lot of relative equal lows resting here below here, right? So as you guys can see, this low and this low are relatively equal, and we have a new day opening gap here. So let's toggle it on. What I believe, if price still want to push higher, okay, and clear out the buy side liquidity that I showed you guys on 4-hour chart, which is inside this weekly fair value gap. So what price will do, like, it will clear out the buy side liquidity from here, and at the same time it will hit this deep premium pre-diere from the weekly chart, and after that we can expect to see a retracement towards sell side liquidity. So let's see if PMI is clearing out this buy side liquidity, or PMI is delivering here. That's gonna be my main point of interest. So this is our relative equal low right here, which is just above this new day opening gap. Okay, so I'm expecting like price going lower in this bullish scenario after price clears out this buy side liquidity, as we have multiple relative equal lows and the unfilled fair value gap here, a big regular trading hour gap. So we'll see what happens today. Okay folks, we are trading in a very bullish scenario. So we'll see. We have an order block here, a bullish one. So let's go out to 15-minute chart. 15-minute, and do you guys see how clean this level is? So I believe price will eventually come down here, and we'll see like at what time price can provide us the opportunity when it's coming down, coming all the way down here. We did multiple stop hunts towards buy side liquidity, right? And we left a lot of relative equal lows, a lot of swing lows right here, and we also do have another one right here. We don't have any breaker here other than these up close candles, because we had a stop hunt right here, right? So these up close candles becomes our breaker, and price did respected this breaker even after, as you guys can see here, price respected this breaker after generating a fair value gap here, right? And we'll see like how I'm expecting price smashing through this this breaker and going below it. So we'll keep an eye on this breaker. We do have another BPR here that price already showed a good reaction. Now yeah, now let's go to lower time frame on 5-minute chart. This is so near this buy side liquidity and the weekly fair value gap, right? So what I believe price will reach up here. Now the question is if price is reaching after clearing out this liquidity here, or if price is reaching by leaving this liquidity intact. Okay, if price is clearing out this buy side liquidity without clearing out this relative equal lows, after that we can target this one, because price will be hitting a premium PDRA, and we expect to see a retracement after price does that. So now let's go to 5-minute chart. So yesterday price delivered how many points? Let's see. So our session ended here at 14, right? So from this level all the way up here, yesterday price delivered 630 points. So we'll see what price does today. We expect to see a slow range day, okay, with less volatility after a large range day. So we'll see what price does. I would have considered these up close candles as a breaker if we had a stop hunt here, but seems like we don't. So these up close candles working as a mitigation block, and price is respecting it, right? But at the same time price generated more relative equal lows down here. We still have a lot of time before we get inside our next macro, 820 to 830, and we do have a news at 830, right? So we'll see how PPI delivers. So this is my view on US30 or Dow, and I'm expecting to see price reaching all the way up at this fair value gap, the weekly fair value gap, and then probably we are coming down and clearing out the relative equal lows that we generate throughout the London session and even before that, even yesterday. Okay, so this is our London low, right, which is intact, which price didn't clear it out, and London low generated a relative equal low, and there is no SMT. So when price has lows like this without a SMT, right, in both pairs, even on Nasdaq, you guys can see that this is a really clean low. There's no SMT. They both made lower high, so we can expect to see price reaching down here and clearing it out. And on ES, as you can see, we have more relative equal lows, and multiple unfilled fair value gaps. So we'll see. Price is providing me a model, a setup, a high pro. I'll take it, and if not, I'll just tape read and I'll be done for today. Nasdaq, let's take a look on Nasdaq. What I shared on ES, on Dow, can also be applicable on ES. They both basically have the same price action. And as I showed you guys, this is our 20-day high, and seems like price is clearing it out. And we'll see what happens inside this volume imbalance. On weekly chart, we don't have much other than this rejection block up here. And if price is not stopping at this rejection block, I believe price will go even higher and clear out this swing high. Buy side liquidity up here. This is our rejection block, so let's mark it. Go back to daily chart, and yeah, seems like price will clear out this buy side liquidity, right? The delivery is very aggressive. Even like on London session, price was moving towards buy side. So is it a volume imbalance or a gap? Input show 40 days of new week opening gap, and let's put it another 40 day of new day opening gap. Okay, so this is a volume imbalance, right? It's not a gap. It's not a new day or new week opening gap. So we do have another gap right here from last month. Yes, August. Okay, so from August we have a gap here, new week opening gap, which is also coming with the rejection block. So we'll see what price shows us. We are basically trading at the consequent encroachment here at this volume imbalance, so we'll keep an eye on this. Now let's go to hourly chart. Okay, if I put the measurement tool here, you guys can see that price is trading inside the premium level of this volume imbalance, and the premium is where? Above the midway at the upper quadrant, right? Okay, let me change the color of my screen. It's like hurting my eyes. Yeah, now it's good. Now it's better. Let's make it black, and yeah, now it's looking better. So we have our rejection blocks up here, right? And price is basically trading inside the measurement of this volume imbalance and trading inside the premium of this volume imbalance. Now let's go to hourly chart. We do have a fair value gap here, right? But I'm not gonna take it into consideration. We do have a bullish order block. Price respected it and still going higher. Do we have any strong target? Okay, we do have a new day opening gap here, which is unfilled. Price didn't even tap inside it. So I believe when we will shift the trend, the delivery will be very aggressive, as we have multiple high probability targets. Now let's take a look at the regular trading hours, and as you can see, even on Nasdaq, price didn't even hit this gap before going higher. So this is gonna be a strong level for us to keep an eye on in our coming trading days or even today. So this is our regular trading hours gap, and now let's go back to our electronic trading hours. 50-minute chart. I turned on my heater. It's getting cold. It was turned off like for the whole night, and I just turned it on. Now let's see. Let's see what we can find here. So we had a mitigation block here. Price respected it after generating a fair value gap. Just like we use a breaker, okay, when price generates a fair value gap, when going above a breaker, it makes the breaker as a high probability model. The same goes for the mitigation block. When price generates a fair value gap at the mitigation block, it works as a high probability model. And we do have multiple relative equal lows, an unfilled new day opening gap, and an unfilled regular trading hour gap all the way down here. So we'll see what price does inside this volume imbalance. Okay, if this is gonna be our last line of defense to expect a lower price action, if price is not rejecting from 0.75, okay, I believe price will go for this rejection block or even higher, which is this buy side liquidity up here. So how will you know that price will go here, right? Once price is going above this 0.75, that means what? The upper quadrant, and this is gonna be the last line of defense for us to expect lower prices. If price is not stopping here, this rejection block from the weekly chart will be our next target. Okay, so there's a lot of relative equal lows down here. Let's go to 5-minute chart, and as you can see, multiple relative equal lows, basically trendline liquidity. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna measure when I see a lot of relative equal lows like this. I measured the swing from the low to the high, and I marked the 0.5%, and this is where I target. Okay, basically if price is going below the 0.5%, it's going for deep discount, and these levels are good for price to get a support. We have these bullish order blocks right here. Price already respected it, so I believe price can reach down here. This is our relative equal low right here. So we'll see what happens here. We'll see. We do have another bullish order blocks. Okay, and seems like price is respecting the bullish order blocks, right? We generated here, respected it, generated here again, respected it, generated here again, respected. Sorry, it's not respecting yet, but let's see what price does. And this is my narrative on NQ. Okay, for us to expect a bearish price action, price will have to go below these down close candles, because otherwise price is just respecting these order blocks here, right? As you guys can see, these bullish order blocks, it's been respecting it since London session. Right here we had bullish order block respected, right? If you put the fib, the measurement tool, and you will see the price is respecting all of these down close candles very beautifully. If I put it here, and very beautifully. So this is what I consider as aggressive delivery, when price is not reaching for the midway of these order blocks and delivering from the high of the order blocks. This is what I consider as a very bullish and aggressive delivery. And if I put it here again, price respected what? The high of these order blocks. That means what? Another aggressive delivery. And if I put it here again at these order blocks, price is respecting and not even reaching for the midway, right? So let's see if price is going higher. If so, we will have this as a target. And it seems like price is not gonna respect this volume imbalance as it's respecting these order blocks. And we still have higher targets, right? We are trending. In a trending market, I avoid trading basically, so we'll see. And on Dow, what do you guys see here? On Dow, we are forming our turtle soup, A plus turtle soup model. What I taught you guys inside my day 2. And this is what's repeating here. So it's basically a pennant. Do you guys see a pennant here on 5-minute chart? So how does a pennant look? It looks like this. When I was a retail, I learned it, so I still remember a couple of stuff about it. So how do retail trade it? They trade it, okay, at the breakout. So price is doing this, this, and this, okay? So the retail will expect to see price going below a low, and then once price retested the level, they will enter and they will expect price going lower, as we have a lot of double, triple top, right? So they will expect to see price holding this double bottom, holding their trade. And what most of the time happens, okay, it's not like their theory doesn't get respected, but most of the time you will see, okay, price clearing out the relative equal low, then it's moving for the retail stops, and this is what basically happens. And after price delivers or hits a higher time frame PDA, it then continues lower, and this is what we will expect to see here. Okay, we are not trading a pennant, we are not trading with retail theory, but we know how it works, right? So as you can see, we generated more relative equal low and more relative equal high. So let's put our Nasdaq and ES chart here. We'll keep an eye on these pairs throughout the whole session, and we'll see which pair is generating a high probability model. Okay, I'm gonna stick with 3-minute because I'm not looking for any trade or any setup now. I'll be looking for setups as we have news at 8:30, at 8:50 to 9:10, then 9:20 to 9:40, 9:50 to 10:10, and let's see if we get any high probability setup today. Okay, 3-minute chart. On Nasdaq is like clean. Now let's see what ES is doing. ES and Dow, they usually have the same price action, and as you can see, the pennant is way clear on Dow compared to ES. Okay, do you guys see that? Okay, let me show you pennant, how a pennant looks like. Okay, so this is what they call it, a flag pattern. And where is it? Okay, it's here. So price is generating like a flag, right? And this is what they expect. Price breaking out, and then where it breaks out, they believe that this is the level where price will continue its trend. But most of the time it doesn't happen, okay? And this is what I taught you guys inside my day 2 as a turtle soup model. Retail will enter here, okay, and targeting lower, they will put their stop loss here. So we'll enter at the same time we'll retail, but we'll target their stop loss. This is the difference. So let's tape read this setup and let's see what price is doing and how price is delivering. Now let's answer some of your questions from chat. Dollar, I'm looking at dollar, and dollar seems like bearish. Okay, let me show you guys. Okay, like this, we have a good support level here. I believe this is a daily. Yeah, this is a daily fair value gap where we are trading right now. But on 50-minute chart, as you can see, we had an inversion right here, right? Price came back up, retested the inversion, and now it's going lower. So we have a lot of relative equal lows down here. So we'll see if after price clears out these relative equal lows from on dollar, if dollar is showing willingness to move higher, we can expect to see a bearish price action on indices. And if not, if dollar is still continuing lower, then we'll measure this daily fair value gap, and this level, the high of the fair value gap and the midway of this fair value gap, will be our last line of defense to expect higher prices on dollar. If dollar is not respecting these levels, okay, we have a sell side liquidity below here. So if dollar is not respecting it, we'll see like what happens. We'll see. So basically this is what I'm watching on dollar, nothing much to mention. So keep an eye on these levels, okay? After dollar clears out this relative equal low and the low from here, and after it offers sell side liquidity, we can expect to see higher prices as we have a lot of unfilled gap, a CPI delivery, okay? We also do have a mitigation block here where I'm expecting price to reach, and it aligns with the 0.5% of the gap that price created at CPI. Small range day, yeah, we'll see what happens today. I see couple footprint that price might make a move for those liquidity on upside. Yeah, we identified it. We have a good target, okay? This fair value gap from the weekly chart and the buy side liquidity from the 4-hour chart, which is inside the weekly gap. So we can expect to see price reaching up here. But for price to reach up here, it will have to show us its hand first. So what I'm expecting, price clearing out the relative equal low first, and then moving towards buy side like this. We'll see, as long as price is leaving these relative equal highs, as long as these liquidities are intact, I can expect to see 8:30 delivery towards buy side, okay? So we'll see what happens. We'll see. There is a market maker model where, is this now a breaker on gold 5-minute chart? I'm not doing signals. So now we have to submit to time. Yes. It's always like this. Time and price, okay? Alright, Jack, can you tell about your risk management when you are done for a day or week? Okay, my risk management, I basically, when I'm trading with my funded accounts, okay, I usually risk 0.5%. And yeah, most of the time I would say. And in my aggressive funded account, I risk for like 0.8%, like this, never 1%. I never risk 1% on a funded account. And on my personal account, which I've been trading for 2 years, I risk there to 1% per trade. And this is how I trade it. And there's no target, okay, for the week. I don't put a target that I have to make this much by the end of the week, or I do have a limit of losing. Okay, if I lose this much, then I'm gonna stop for the week, which is like 2% of my account. That means what? 2 trades or 3 trades basically. Okay, 3% in a week. And I don't target. So basically, if I'm targeting, I basically target 2 hour in every trade. Sometimes 4 hour if the setup is good. So yeah, now you have an idea of how I trade. On my live account, I'm very cautious taking trades because it's live money, right? So I'm limited to 2%, losing 2% on my live account. But on my funded account, I basically risk 1.5% every week. If I'm going below 1.5% by risking 0.5% per trade, that means what, 3 losing trades in a week, then I'm basically stopping. With holding NAS since Friday, already in profit, just holding to my destination. Yeah, hold, there's nothing to risk, right? A price have been like bullish throughout the whole week, and even after that last month. Yeah, today we started early. Deco, what are your footprints like? Let me know. Like, you were talking about the footprints and I don't know about it. What footprints are you targeting? We are not looking for a setup. Hockage is like, do we have a 1 minute breaker on Dow? So Hockage is still noob. He wanna trade every single day, in every single time. That's what we don't do, Hockage. Okay, we wait for a setup to present itself, and if it seems like it's a high probability setup, we take it. And if it's not, then we leave it. Okay, we wait for price to go to another time and present another setup, and that's how we trade. We do not trade all the time like retails do. Sadek, I have to thank you for teaching me patience. No one can teach you patience, okay? I can teach you a model. Patience, it comes from inside you. This is what you learn. No one can teach you patience, how to be patient. You can go on YouTube and watch like motivational speech throughout the whole day, but you will see like tomorrow you are not motivational again. So it doesn't work like that. You will have to fight with your own demons, and and it takes time, okay, like a long time. You will see, okay, I'm patient. This week I made good profit. This week, what was happening with me like last year? Suppose I had a profitable week, I was very patient. I was like following my rules strictly. I was executing inside macro, all the good stuff. And the next week, okay, I lost 1 trade, and after that I was getting impulsive, and I was like, okay, last week I didn't felt that, but this week when I lost like 2 trades, the emotion that I was avoiding and thought is not inside me anymore, it's coming back again. So these things will always come back. Okay, we all think, okay, we conquered ourselves, but we never do that. It takes a long time to like get out of the zone where we get impulsive, impatient. And you can see it in the monk, okay, the folks who live in the mountains and stuff like this, the Buddhas, okay, they motivate, right, for a long time. Usually they learn for 10 to 20 years to get disciplined and to focus in their what do you call it, meditation. Okay, not motivation, meditation. So it takes a long time for them to learn. And what do? They basically sit down and focus, right? You can try it by yourself, like try to do meditation, and you'll see like, okay, you cannot focus. And that's the same thing with trading. You'll feel like, okay, you are patient, but at the end of the day, you'll see the impatience are coming back inside you. And it's good when you see someone experienced doing it in front of you. It helps a lot. Okay, it helps a lot, trust me. Please, how did you define the daily volume imbalance? What do you mean? How I didn't define anything. The volume imbalance was there. I just marked it. So the folks who don't even know what a volume imbalance is, trust me, I don't know why you are in my stream. You should not be here on my stream because you are skipping your journey. Go back and first learn how to spot this on your own. And once you are done, like you can understand all the basic concept of ICT, you can come back again. If you think like my stream will make you a profitable trader when you don't even know how a volume balance looks, then you are wrong. Discipline, motivation, yes, Levine. How much do you average monthly now in terms of R or the money? I would say like my best month goes above 10%, and I had a good month on August, I believe. Yeah, on September this year. So I average like more than 10% on this month, but usually I go for like 4 to 5% in my live accounts, and on my funded accounts, yeah, the same. 4 to 5% is a lot, okay? No, I know it, dude, come on. So how do you calculate the 2046 deep outlook? I already showed it to you. I'm not gonna talk much about it, okay? You can go back and watch our mentor's 3-hour long lecture about IPTA, and I believe you'll understand. Can you turn on the actual super chat, not just the stickers? Who's saying that? Christopher Leon. It's already turned on, the super chat. Oh, okay, so it's only sticker, right? Okay, let me check if it's turned on. Okay, I'll turn it on next in next stream. Basically, I don't need super chat. Okay, I'm already making way more than super chat is good for the gamers. I feel like they make a lot of money from the super chat, like $4 to $3. You'll see like people are donating money to them every single seconds. And yeah, anyway, if you wanna donate and support Palestine, you can do it with super sticker. Okay, it's the same thing, I believe. Do you use features, props, specifically Top Step? I do use Funded Next and then Top Step. These are the only two prop farms that I believe are legit. Trading give stress, and stress give revenge trading or FOMO. Trading don't give stress. When you are a beginner, you are always thinking about making money, and that's what gives stress. It's not trading, it's your mind that gives you stress. The mind that always thinks about money. Okay, I'll have to make money. How can I make money fast? It's not trading, bro. Like, I mean, it's never trading that gives you stress. It's always your mind. What, if you see these candles are giving me stress? No. These are candles. These are predetermined price levels. How can these candles give you stress? Okay, if you suppose there's nothing related to money here. okay, and you were just predicting price, do you feel like you will feel stressed when you were losing, or when your trade idea is wrong? Not losing, like your trade idea is wrong. Do you think like you will feel stress? I believe you won't. The stress comes when you think about money, right? And when you are not patient and thinking about getting rich fast, that's when the stress comes. I've been there, okay, so I know how it feels. At this point, do you think we can make new all-time high on Nasdaq? Yeah, it's possible. It's possible to make a new all-time high on US Nasdaq, because if they are keep bombing on Gaza, I believe the stock will keep rising. So seems like what? Price is generating liquidity constantly. What I'm expecting to see is price clearing out this level first. We have a order block right here, and price is respecting it, right? As I showed you guys on Nasdaq. So okay, look at the NQ. Price hit what? The upper quadrant, right? And that's where I told you guys the price will be sensitive, but we are still expecting a higher price action. So on Dow has a clean pattern. That's why I'm looking at Dow. So this is what I'm expecting. I'm still expecting a higher price action, and I believe price can move higher from this level right here. Okay, someone sent me 0.10 CAD, and he's like, I have a direct message in Twitter for you. Really? Okay, I'll see it. It's okay. Basically 10 cent. I don't usually look at the Twitter text. It's like a lot. People are always texting something. When you had last losing streak, and what's your opinion about that to handle that? No opinion. I'm gonna show. Okay, once we see the 8:30 delivery, okay, I'll show you guys a video, and I believe like I won't get a copyright strike on that, and that video will answer the question. Okay, like if I had a losing streak, how do I feel? I don't feel anything. It's a part of business, and I can say it now that I don't feel anything because I tried so hard to control these emotions, and now I'm here. And once I show you the video, okay, from the Mark Douglas, I believe you will understand a lot better. What happens in the ICT community is that they think that everything is predetermined, so there's no random outcome in market. Okay, yeah, we don't believe in random outcome. We believe that everything is predetermined, but you always have a 50-50 chance of winning in every single trade. You can see your high probability model, okay, and you will see that your high probability model is even failing, right? So why does it fail? If like if everything is predetermined, then why does your breaker with a fair value gap fails, right? Everything has a losing chance in trading. So at the end of the day, it is gambling. If you cannot guarantee me, okay, this trade is gonna be 100%, there's a 100% possibility that this trade will hit my TP. How come this is not a gambling? Yes, we have an edge, okay? That's what makes us professional. We are not like randomly pushing button. We believe in a probability, okay? We have a model, but that's what gives us an edge in this marketplace. But we still have a chance to lose. And yeah, that's what I accept, okay? You will have to accept the losing. It's inevitable. You cannot avoid losing trade. So when it happens, follow your risk management. And when it doesn't happen, don't be like, okay, I'm the best trader, I'm the algo. And once you feel that, trust me, okay, I felt it a lot of times with my model. I believe my model wins most of the time from 50 to 70% of the time. My model, the 3 models that I use, it gives what, 50 to 60%, 70% win rate. It depends on the month, but still I'm losing 30% of the time, right? So I don't know the losing streak, how the losing streak will come. The losing streak can come in one trade, or it can come like 5 trades in a row. But at the end of the day, I know I'm gonna win 50% of the time. So if I lose my mind after going in a losing streak for 4 trades, right? Is it good? It's not good. So this is how I think. I have a model that gives me edge that has a high win rate, 50%. Okay, I'll consider 50%, but 50% of the time I'm losing it. And the folks, they don't understand, most of the folks, they don't understand how the losing streak will come. Okay, they will be like, okay, I'm gonna lose 1 trade, the next trade I'm not gonna lose. The losing streak can come in 4 trades, 5 trades, 6 trades, but after that, at the end of the day, you have a 50% win rate, right? So if you don't fuck up there when you lose, at the end of the day you are winning, you are gaining more profit. Does it make sense now? I hope it answers your question. We have 1 minute before we deliver. So what I believe I told you guys, that this is what I'm expecting to see. It's not a trade idea, so don't push your button, okay? But the gamblers, I'm talking to the gamblers who wanna gamble. If price is coming down here, you can push the button here with a stop loss below here and target like whatever you want, because you are a gambler. But I'm not gonna do that. Just because I see a pattern doesn't mean that I'll take it. So I'm gonna wait for the PPI to deliver, and I already shared my narrative. Yeah, I'd love 0.5% risk. Yeah. So seems like price cleared out the equal high, right? Let's see. Okay, did price hit the fair value gap? Not yet, right? I want to see if price hitting this fair value gap. If it does that, if price clears out the buy side liquidity from here, I believe we'll go lower. Okay, so this is why I don't trade it. Okay, I see the pattern, but I don't know where price will deliver. Why? Because of the news. See, the news delivers price towards buy side liquidity, and I was expecting what? Price delivering sell side liquidity first and then moving towards buy side liquidity. Yes, I was expecting price to go higher, but price after providing sell side liquidity. And what happened here? Price cleared out one side, and now let's see what it does. We have this liquidity left. What are the 3 models that you mentioned that you use? I use breaker, inversion, and turtle soup, and I talked about it inside my 3-day workshop. And so do you guys see why I don't trade these kind of news release, PPI, CPI, and stuff like that? Yes, I can be right, but at the end of the day, it's not worth it. The emotion that it will generate inside me is not worth it. Okay, so price cleared out the equal high, and that's what I taught inside my 3-day workshop, that once we see the pattern like this, when price is generating a flag or liquidity in both sides of the marketplace, we wait for one side to get cleared out and then target the opposite direction. So what price did what here? Price cleared out one direction, now it's targeting the opposite direction right here. We had more sell side liquidity down here. So do we have a breaker here on 3-minute chart? Yes, we do have these down close candles as a breaker. So here is our breaker. So price cleared out the relative equal lows. Now I want to see price generating a fair value gap here. If it does that, I believe we will see some distribution towards sell side liquidity. And okay, look at Nasdaq hit our rejection block, right? Exactly the level that I shared with you all. The rejection block to the tick, Nasdaq hit it and showed a good reaction towards sell side. Let's see if this price provides us any opportunity. Price is coming back to this level. So what I believe is possible here is this setup, targeting like 2R from here. So we'll see what price it does inside this relative equal low. I want to see this relative equal low intact. Okay, price just cleared it out. We still have another relative equal low down here. As you guys can see, it's visible on this swing low right here, and this is our relative equal low. So let's see if price gives us a chance of entry. We are scalping, right? So this is gonna be a small little scalp. So price hit our target without giving us a chance of entry, so I'm not gonna take it anymore. If price was retracing back to this breaker again, okay, after it generated a fair value gap here on 3-minute chart, as you guys can see, so I was expecting to see price reaching for this fair value gap and then going lower. If it did that, I would have taken an entry here. So this was our fair value gap, or CB, and this was our breaker after price did an aggressive stop hunt. And we still have lower targets, this relative equal low although down here. So let's see if price comes back up and fills this fair value gap, okay? And yeah, I'm willing to risk some money here. So we'll see what price does here, okay, folks? So the setup itself is gonna be like this, price hitting the breaker, and you can put your stop loss right here. We do have a fair value gap, so if this fair value gap is not holding, the fair value gap there on breaker, I believe will go higher, so we can target like 2R from here. So let's see what price does here, okay? We do have this CB visible on 3-minute chart, as you guys can see. So I'm trusting this CB. Let's see if this CB sends us lower or not. We still have 5 minutes before we end this macro. Yeah, nothing is 100%. Once I lose 2 trade, I'm done. Yes, basically me too. So I'm gonna play a video here. I hope it's not gonna give me a copyright strike, because I want you all to listen to it, okay? How do I control my emotion even after losing a trade? How do I do it? Because I believe in this recording. So I'll show it to you. Okay, where is it? Oh, it's in my Twitter. Let me find it. We want to see when price is reaching for this fair value gap, it's generating relative equal low down here, okay? And do you guys see that on 30-second price is generating this relative equal low? It's here, so listen carefully, okay? Text about you.
Okay, that's interesting.
So you see, no matter how.
Okay, that's interesting.
So you see, no matter how good a technical method is at generating winning trades, turning those winners into a consistent income requires the ability to do or not do some things that the method itself can't help us with. For example, our method can't force us to predefine the risk of getting into a trade. Or if we do predefine the risk, our method can't force us to take the loss that ends up turning into a bigger loss.
Right.
And you know, that's happened to everybody, okay? Our method can't prevent us from moving a stop closer to our entry point where we get stopped out and the market trades back in our favor. Our method can't prevent us from hesitating and getting in too late. Or our method can't stop us from jumping the gun and getting in too soon, where the signal to actually get in never really develops. And our method can't stop us from getting out of a winning trade too soon and leave money on the table. Nor can it prevent us from letting a winning trade turn into a losing trade without having taken any profit.
Okay. That's interesting.
So you see,
So do you guys heard it? What he is telling us here, that we can have a model, but we will still have some things in our character that the model itself cannot help us with, right? He's telling, it's on my Twitter, you can find it there, okay? He's telling us that you can have a model, but listen to it again.
No matter how good a technical method is at generating winning trades, turning those winners into a...
Okay, wait, I turned off my... This, I always listen to it, okay? When I'm going through a losing streak, this is my go-to.
Okay. That's interesting.
So you see, no matter how good a technical method is at generating winning trades, turning those winners into a consistent income requires the ability to do or not do some things that the method itself can't help us with. For example, our method can't force us to predefine the risk of getting into a trade. Or if we do predefine the risk, our method can't force us to take the loss that ends up turning into a bigger loss.
Right.
And you know, that's happened to everybody. Okay? Our method can't prevent us from moving a stop closer to our entry point where we get stopped out and the market trades back in our favor. Our method can't prevent us from hesitating and getting in too late. Or our method can't stop us from jumping the gun and getting in too soon, where the signal to actually get in never really develops. And our method can't stop us from getting out of a winning trade too soon and leave money on the table. Nor can it prevent us from letting a winning trade turn into a losing trade without having taken any profit.
I know.
So all of these is our character flows, right? You can have a model, you can have enigma, but what the things, the point that he told us, we all have it inside us. Now no one can deny that we have it. He don't have it, okay? We all have it inside us. Our method, suppose this is a trade, okay? And I took this trade, and after I saw the price moving in my favor, I put my stop loss here at the break even. So what price can do? Price can come up, right? Clear out my stop, and then it can still go lower. So my method is not helping me here, right? So suppose what happens, we get impulsive. There's another point that he shared. We get impulsive and we execute before we see our model. We predict that, okay, the model will be forming, and the model wasn't there, but we still execute. So is it a model's fault, or is it your fault? It happens to every one of us, and this is what we need to control. You can learn, okay? You can learn a model, you can learn a fucking enigma, but at the end of the day, you won't still be profitable. And the ratio is still same. It doesn't matter if you are learning ICT, if you are learning worshipping ICT or SMC or whatever the fuck out there. The ratio is still the same. 90% will keep losing, and the 10% of the people will make it. So you want to be inside the 10% or the 90%. So if you want to be inside the 10%, you cannot trust and worship a model, a system, okay? If you do worship a model and system, tell me that what Mark Douglas is saying here is wrong. It's only permissible to our mentor to say it, okay? He has 30 fucking years of experience behind him. So what I believe, like he is the market itself. So you cannot compare yourself with the mentor and say that, okay, mentor is saying nothing is random, everything is predetermined. No, you cannot do that because you don't have that experience backing you, right? So the folks who compare, okay, ICT is saying, okay, everything is done by algorithm and I should push the things like that, okay? It always, I never engage with this kind of comments. I see it happening always in the Twitter. Me, I feel like, okay, they don't have much experience. Once they do, they will understand it's not a model that makes you profitable. It's always been you. You can still trade a trend line liquidity. You can still trade a trend line with a trend line, and you can still be a profitable trader. I saw a bunch of traders making millions, and I saw it on YouTube, another online platform, they only trade with what? A trend line. But they did what? They conquered themselves, right? So it's not a ICT strategy that will make you profitable. It never is, okay? It's always been you. So no chance of entry, but we have been right calling the market, right? Do we feel anything once we miss a setup? We don't. It's just a part of business. We have no control over price not giving us an entry. We can expect to see price returning back to us, and this is how we follow our model. We can predict, okay, price will reach all the way up here, and I'm gonna put my entry here with a stop loss here. But if price doesn't reach here, it's not my fault, so why should I be sad, right? It doesn't make sense. So do you guys see how this breaker got respected, but we didn't have an entry? Now I'll show you guys dollar. The folks who have been here since the morning and heard me talking about dollar, what did I told you guys? Do you guys see how dollar respected my analysis, right? I told you guys this is a daily fair value gap, and this is gonna be our last line of defense to expect a higher price action. So can I get a thumbs up with this? Yeah, I didn't take an entry here, but you don't need to see me taking an entry. You can do your own analysis and follow it, okay? Suppose you are new and you don't have much experience with dollar, you can listen to my analysis on dollar, and you can mix it with your own analysis on stocks, right? Then after that, what did we saw? I told you guys that we will go lower and then higher, and if dollar does that, we'll have a bearish price action, right? And we did that, but without a chance of entry. I didn't got a chance of entry, but anyway. So we hit the new day opening gap here, right? And we are also in a deep discount level. We cleared out multiple sell stops right here, relative equal low. I wanted to take a trade by targeting this low. To be honest, this was too clean, and this is what I consider as a high probability target, right? But it's okay. We have another macro incoming, which is at 850 to 1010. 850 to 910, and then we have another macro at 920 to 940. So we'll see. Today is not looking like a seek and destroy so far, right? So we'll see what happens at 930. So do you guys see that the theory says us that after a long range day we'll have a seek and destroy day, right? Price will basically not give us any setup or anything at all. But what did you saw here? Yes, it was choppy, but there was our model. Yes, price cleared out the logic that I taught you guys inside my 3-day workshop, that this is a level that we target. This is a level that we target. So price didn't respect our theory, which was after a long range day, we'll have a seek and destroy day. So the folks who worship a setup, a model, they always think, okay, ICT telling us you should not trade after a long range day. This is what's gonna happen most of the time, okay? We will have a low probability setup. But if you are not tape reading the market condition after a long range day, how will you learn how price will deliver, right? You will have to, you should not be pushing button after a long range day, but when you don't have experience, but you should be looking at price, right? You should be tape reading. You should be gaining experience, and that's what they don't do. They're like, okay, I'm gonna worship ICT to the death. So we have a lot of down close candles here, which is also working as a breaker, right? Once again, folks, nothing is 100% in trading. So it goes for everything else, okay? It goes for everything else. Every concept out there, every ICT concept, nothing is 100%. Every theory, nothing is 100%. Price, they coded this algorithm in a way it delivers liquidity equally. In a trending day, okay, price will still deliver 40 to 50% of the bearish price action. In a bearish trending day, okay, price will still deliver 50 to 60% of bullish trades, okay, bullish delivery. And this is how it works. So as it seems like we have a good day, we are having a good day, and so far it's not looking like a seek and destroy. So we'll see what price does inside our 920 to 930 macro. If 930 macro is not delivering seek and destroy, after that we can expect to see a good trading day. Okay, so let's see what 930 brings us. We do have another breaker here. This down close candle is working also as a breaker. Do we have a fair value gap here? Let's see on 5-minute chart. We don't. We do have a big fair value gap here, which is, this is where price changes trend. Okay, this is where the real market structure shift happened once price went below and closed the candle's body below the breaker. So what I'll do, I'll wait to see if price is reaching inside this fair value gap. Suppose there was no fair value gap here, or price filled the fair value gap, I would have taken a trade by using these down close candles as a breaker. So what am I gonna do here? Price has an unfilled fair value gap where price didn't tap inside. Even on 3-minute chart, you guys can see this fair value gap is unfilled. 5-minute chart, unfilled fair value gap. So what I'm expecting to see, price reaching up here, and if it does that inside 930, okay, I can still take a trade targeting sell side. So it will depend, my entry will be dependent on time, and specifically what time price hitting this fair value gap. Remember, we are trading with time and price, not price and price. Okay, time first and after the price. If price is hitting this fair value gap inside a certain time that I believe is high probability, I'll take it without a hesitation. As I showed you guys, there's no guarantee that this trade will be winner, this trade will be a losing trade. You don't have a control over it, so why fear? When you see the setup, when you have a good analysis, okay, we're not just gonna be pushing the button here randomly. We have an analysis, we see our model, and that's what we have seen a lot of times in past, right? So let's see what price does here, and if it respects our analysis, we can still expect to see lower price action. And when price is going towards buy side liquidity, filling this fair value gap, we want to see price generating targets for us. What do I mean by target? We want to see price generating relatively equal lows. Okay, so let's see on 30-second an unfilled fair value gap. So what do you guys see here? Price generated a lot of unfilled fair value gaps right here. Right on 30-second is visible, and 30-second is getting cleaner. I believe before 930 macro gets started, we'll have a clean price action on 30-second. Until then, it will take some time to get clean. Okay, what do you guys see here? It's a very choppy delivery, a lot of gaps on 30-second. Once price got inside 830, price action on 30-second got cleaner. And if I take a look on 15-second, okay, you guys will see a lot of gaps. But once we are trading inside 920 period, you will see these gaps are mitigated, and you will see a very, very clean price action on even on 15-second time frame. So now let's wait and see what price does inside this fair value gap on 5-minute chart. Okay, inversion fair value gap on YM. We do have an inversion here, okay, and we do have another one, but I'm expecting price reaching up here. What is Nasdaq doing? Chopping around, right? When Nasdaq has this breaker here, but the fair value gap is way above the breaker. Nasdaq still trading inside the the volume imbalance, but the good thing is Nasdaq closed the candle's body on lower time frame below the volume balance. Now let's see on higher time frame if it did that. Yeah, I want to see on hourly chart. Okay, I want to see on hourly chart price closing a candle's body below this volume imbalance. If price does that, this is what I'll consider as an advanced market structure shift. So I want to see this candle closing below this volume imbalance, and if it does that, I will know price change is trend and it will go lower. And seems like price is respecting these down close candles on Dow, right? Anyway, yes, the same narrative. If we had a fair value gap here, why am I not pushing button here? Okay, listen to me carefully, folks, and this is, you need it. We do have a hidden fair value gap, what I consider as an unfilled fair value gap, sorry, implied fair value gap. Do you guys see it? We have a candle here, right? And these 2 weeks, they crossed each other here. So this is a hidden fair value gap. This is an implied fair value gap, and that's what our mentor taught us. But I'm not gonna push the button here. Why? Because we do have a fair value gap here where price change is trend, and when price does that and leaves it unfilled, it becomes a high probability model. So I'm gonna stick with my narrative. I want to see price coming back up and hitting this fair value gap and then going down. So we'll see what happens, and let's take a look on Dow. Okay, sorry, dollar. Why am I saying Dow? So we do have a breaker here, right? So if dollar is still respecting our analysis, that means what? Price going higher, right? We do have a breaker here. Do you guys see it? On dollar, up close candles. We also closed the candles body above the new day opening gap after cleared out a lot of buy side liquidity. So I'm not expecting price going lower from here. Rather, I want to see price respecting this breaker. And now let's look for a target. We do have this one. Let me show it to you on hourly chart. Okay, on 4-hour chart, do you guys see the gap here? So are you guys enjoying or learning from my live session so far? Let me know in the chat, okay? Are you guys getting something insightful from my live stream? I want to see how many of you are getting it. So we have a gap here, right? This is our CPI gap, and this is our mitigation block, the 0.5%. So this is what we can target. We can expect to see price reaching at the 0.25 and the 0.5%. Now let's go back to 15-minute chart, and this is where we are watching price action. So if price is not going, okay, these up close candles are gonna be our last line of defense. If price is not respecting, listen to me carefully, if price is not respecting these up close candles, I believe we'll go lower, and this is gonna be our last line of defense. At this level, from this level, I wanna see price moving higher from this level. So from here higher, and we do have target, right? We do have this lower quadrant in the 0.5 level, which is also a mitigation block on 4-hour. So this is what I'm expecting on dollar, but do your own analysis, okay? Don't rely on my own, because if you do rely on my own, you will not generate your own skill, and this is what you need. I'm not telling you to watch my stream forever. I'm not here for that. I'm not gonna make you dependent. That's why I'm telling and sharing everything. In other stream, they want you in their stream, okay? Because they don't make money in trading. They want you as a viewer. I don't want you as a viewer. I want you to be independent. This is why I always keep talking about the chart, okay? Every single time you'll hear me talk, it's all good talk. It's all talk about chart. And you want to become independent, so rely on your own analysis. Do your own analysis and see which one is getting respected. Do you get me? So I want to see this candle closing below this volume imbalance, and seems like price is respecting these order blocks, sorry, this breaker here. But remember what, I'm still gonna wait for price to reach up here. If it does that, okay, I'll take an entry. So now our target, this high probability target, is met. So now let's find another high probability target. What can be our next target if price is still trending lower? So this is our sell side liquidity right here inside this dealing range from this low to this high. This is a discount level. And okay, if price is closing below this new day opening gap, right, a candle's body on hourly chart, if price is doing that, we can expect to see price reaching for this fair value gap, which is unfilled. And what do we know about strong targets? Unfilled fair value gaps are strong targets, right? We have three types of strong target we consider as high probability. What is those target? We have relative equal low, relative equal high, and trail line liquidity. So seems like price is respecting. Okay, price generated another breaker on 32nd. Why my chart is doing things like this? Okay, a very small fair value breaker here, right? Cute little breaker. So if dollar is going up, I believe we will go lower from this breaker. So this can be your another setup targeting 2 hour from here. So let's see what price does here. Okay, folks, let's see what price does here. I'm not taking it, I'm waiting for price to hit this fair value gap. Okay, but I do see a small breaker here, so let's tape read it. I'm not taking this as an entry, rather I want to see what price does in this breaker. And seems like price hit this fair value gap, right, on 3-minute chart. And I'm considering this as a high probability entry at this CB up here. So I'm gonna keep waiting, but I do spot a small little breaker here. So this is our breaker. So this, I'm expecting this just based on dollar, okay? Because if I show you the dollar chart here, you can see dollar hit the breaker here, right? So I'm expecting higher prices. So we'll keep an eye on this, and seems like price respecting this 30-second breaker, right? And the narrative from the on the breaker was from this ones also. We are trading inside a bullish breaker. What bullish breaker? Did I outline a bullish breaker here? Small SMT with NQ. We have a SMT here. Yeah, probably here at this high. $902. This setup formed inside our 850, so I'm gonna mark it like this: 850 to 910 macro. This is the whole time period, and this setup happened, formed inside 850 to 910. small SMT. Okay, I read it. US100 has taken the DOL on daily or weekly time frame. Is that correct? Himaz, go back and watch my stream from the beginning. I believe you'll find your answer. Okay, now the price moved in my favor, and if I was in this trade, I'll put my stop loss at break even, okay? Because we do have a fair value gap here. We do have order block here. If these are not holding, our trade idea is probably wrong, right? So I'll let the trade run, and I'll put my stop loss at the break even, so there's basically no risk. Diego, what time frame fair value gap range should I consider? It's not dependent on time frame, it's dependent on your logic. Okay, at what logic? If your narrative is supporting the fair value gap, there's no time frame. I cannot tell you that specifically. Okay, there's a time frame, and if a fair value gap forms there, price will respect it. It doesn't work like this, Diego. You'll have to learn how to build a narrative, how to build a bias, and this is how it works. So I'm gonna hide the chat to members, save. So far I outlined two trades, right? One didn't give us an entry, the other one gave us an entry, but basically I didn't take it. I believe price will go higher and then come lower, but we saw a setup, and that's what we are doing. We are tape reading, and from now on, the folks who want to ask me a question, okay, if you have a question in your mind, like why price is doing this or what I'm expecting, it will be only limited for the people who are members, because outside of the members, a lot of trash questions, and I'm gonna answer it, but if you are a member, only then you will have a good knowledge of understanding from if you ask me questions, okay? So from now on, it's only gonna be limited for the members here, the channel members, and only they will have access to ask me questions. So we are approaching towards our 920 macro, right? So let's see what happens here. We do have lower target. This sell side liquidity, we can target this one. And as dollar is moving, okay, as you guys can see, dollar so far, okay, dollar hit the fair value gap, sorry, hit the breaker and generated a fair value gap. So as I told you guys, this level is gonna be our last line of defense to expect higher prices on dollar. Okay, let's see if dollar has really equal highs. Dollar basically generating trend line liquidity down here. So we'll see what dollar does. CB and the breaker. Okay, I didn't talk about gold today, right? I forgot about talking gold. So now let's go to gold and we'll put an alert here. See if eventually our trade idea is correct or not. Let's go to gold and let's take a quick look here on gold. So we outlined the breaker here, right? We have been watching this breaker since the beginning of last week. We called the market from here all the way down here. Then we also expected to see a good reaction in price from the breaker here, right? And price did that. So now we'll see like where price is going and how far this trend will last. Okay, that's what we can expect to see. We do have a fair value gap here that we expected previously, right? And price is near to this fair value gap on weekly chart, so we'll keep an eye on this. Do we have anything on monthly? No, other than this order block. I believe gold will go even higher, and as you guys see, like gold will make an all-time high. Yes, that's what I'm expecting to see. This is like a triple top and I'm expecting it to be broken. And now that we hit a higher time frame PDA on higher time on weekly chart, right, this breaker, I'm expecting to see price moving higher, and we can expect to see price reaching all the way up there once price goes above this fair value gap. Okay, so let's go to the daily chart and ICT, where is it? Okay, let's hide the indicator and let's see what's happening here. The folks who have been around watching my stream for last couple of weeks, we already know, we already called the market from this low, okay, from this fair value gap with this order block, and we called it higher. I told you guys that if price is going below this below this order block, price will hit this fair value BPR, okay. But if price is not going below this order block, we can expect to see a higher price action happening. So now that I'm on daily chart, I'm seeing a lot more on price. What's happening? Oh my god, it scared me. The beep that happened. I believe our TP on, not TP, like our tape reading setup just hit our TP on Dow 30-second, right? And price even went lower from here. Right, so it was beautiful setup to tape read. I'll talk a little bit more about it, like why price respected this breaker and why it didn't went above. So once I'm done talking about gold, I'll move to Dow again. So now we have a breaker here, right? We do have this down close candle prior to this move up. So this down close candles becomes our breaker, and we hit this breaker. Why didn't you guys told me before, like analyze gold? We did had a good setup here with a fair value gap, but still we still have lower targets. So if once I go to lower time frame, you guys will see that. So this is our breaker, right, from the 4-hour chart. This is our fair value gap. Who the fuck is giving me a face? So what do you guys what do you guys see here? We have a breaker, right? We have a fair value gap that we outlined, and do we have strong targets? Yes, we do have. Okay, we are not expecting price going below the breaker. We are bullish. Okay, we are in a bullish scenario, so the trade that we will be taking, like in a bullish condition, will be our high probability setups. So this is a fair value gap. Sorry, this one, I'm gonna mark this one, and this fair value gap is at SMR. Okay, oh my god, what the hell. Okay, let me mute my phone now. Okay, it's good now. So we have a fair value gap here, right? And this is what I taught inside my 3-day workshop. So if you are not inside my 3-day workshop and you are watching my stream, trust me, it won't worth it. Okay, I don't know, I think some people got my number from Telegram, so I'll have to hide my number from Telegram. These people are spamming here. Anyway, so this is a inversion, and this inversion is powerful because it's a SMR zone, right? And this is what I explained in my 3-day workshop. In day 2, okay, I showed you guys the model, and in the backtesting session was 4 hours long. So total, the folks who are inside my bootcamp, they got like more than 11 hours of content, 11 hours of jams about 3 of my models. So if you're not inside my bootcamp, you are basically missing out a lot. So this is our inversion. Okay, I'm expecting, okay, now the price showed a good reaction from the breaker here. I'm expecting price coming down at this inversion and then moving higher. So let's look at 1 hour chart. And we also do have another breaker here, but we'll all rely on our higher time frame narrative, what price is showing us or not. And we do have relative equal low down here, right? So we know that after price clears out strong liquidity like this, after price clears out strong liquidity like this, it reverses. Okay, so this is our inversion, this is our relative equal low. So I want to see price coming down. Here at this inversion and then moving higher. Okay, but we need a little bit more confirmation, so I'll take you guys on lower time frame here. Damn, so suppose price gave us an entry here on Dow, right, at this fair value gap, on 5-minute fair value gap that we saw. We would have had a very nice trade, but seems like price is clearing out everything, but still okay. Okay, do you guys see another thing here happening? So the folks, I'm telling you guys again, the folks who are not inside my bootcamp, you guys are missing out a lot, because this is what I taught inside my bootcamp as a model, right? And now it's repeating Reggie. Do you see it? So what I'm expecting to see, price clearing out the sell side liquidity that I outlined from the higher time frame here, right? And if it does that, we'll expect to see a breaker forming here that will hunt liquidity, all of these trendline liquidity. So how can you join my workshop? You will find the link to join my workshop in the description below. So on gold, I want to see this fair value gap not getting filled. Okay, if price is coming down and clearing out the relative equal low from here, and at the same time, if it's not filling this fair value gap, we'll have a strong targets towards buy side liquidity. Okay, so as soon as price comes down and clear out the buy side sell side liquidity from here, hits the inversion, we can expect to see higher prices. So does it make sense? Something like this on gold. So I'll put an alert here, and once price reaches all the way down here, we will come back and see what price is doing. Okay, we want to see a breaker forming here at this level. At this level is good for reversal, 1960. Yeah, I believe price will show a good reaction from this level somewhere here, And if I also put my standard deviation, okay, let's see if in standard deviation is confirming our reversal. As you guys can see, our -3 and -4 standard deviation on gold is also coming here, right? So this level is, in my eyes, as I told you guys, with my narrative, the narrative that I use on stocks, the same narrative I'm sharing here on gold. I want to see price coming down here at -3 and -4 standard deviation, and then reversing, moving towards buy side liquidity with speed. So this is your trade idea, okay? You manage your stop loss accordingly, or once price reaches down here, I'll tell you guys what to do or not. So now let's go back to our Dow, where Dow is looking. So the folks who want to see me analyzing forex, okay, I don't do it in my stream, but if you want to see me do it, hit the thumbs up button. If we reach 300 likes, okay, I'll start analyzing forex from our next streams, in our next stream. So do you guys see how clean this level is? Yeah, so all we have to find is from where can price potentially reverse. From where can price potentially, okay, I'm gonna put Nasdaq here, and Nasdaq also has relative equal highs up here, right? So I believe, okay, it's my belief is so my belief is that at 9:30 we can expect to see a trendy delivery, okay, a trendy delivery up here. So we have our breaker, we still have an unfilled fair value gap, okay. We know that an unfilled fair value gap is a strong liquidity, a strong target. So this is what I taught inside my 3-day workshop as a turtle soup model. What is this? So to find out this turtle soup model, if I'm not getting a chance to enter here by targeting the relative equal highs here, okay, I will still have another trade from this breaker with a turtle soup entry. So a lot of gems, okay, 11 hours of content, folks, for $80. I believe $80 is most of our stop loss, okay. So it will be a good investment for you, an investment in yourself, and trust me, 11 hours of content you won't regret, okay. And you guys saw me how I talk. All I do talk is about chart, 11 hours of chart talk, okay, not trash talk, nothing at all. And even with, I didn't just share the theory, I also showed it to you how it works in live market by doing a back testing session of 4 hours. There I showed you guys, okay, if you see a trend line liquidity, how price will behave. I gave you guys a theory, but at the same time I showed it to you in back testing model, and now I'm doing it here live by looking at our model, okay. I outlined 2 setups today. One didn't give me an entry, but the other one on 32nd did give us an entry, right? I didn't take it, but it depends on you what you were doing. So NQ 32nd, and Dow 32nd, and we'll also keep an eye on ES because we want to see a SMT forming. What the hell is this? And dollar to the tick analysis got respected on dollar. Do you guys see it? What do you see here on dollar? From this level, when market was here, no hindsight, okay, go back in my stream and you will see me calling the market from this level, calling it higher with narrative, with logic. When price was here, I told you guys price will go lower, clear out the liquidity, and then it will move higher. So what I'm waiting for price to clear out this sell side liquidity. Why is this so significant? We do have a new day opening gap here. Do you guys see it? We are also trading inside it, and we are in deep discount, okay. So if price clears out this sell side liquidity, from this dealing range low to the high, we will be inside a deep discount, and I believe this is a good reversal zone. And if I also put my standard deviation, I don't basically do that because my subconscious mind already does it for me, like where will be the -4 standard deviation and stuff like this. So this is our manipulation lag. Sorry, yeah. What do I, this is okay, this is gonna be, and as you guys can see, the level is coming here at -2.5 and -3 standard deviation. So I'm gonna wait for price to show its hand, and after that I'll engage. This level is too clean to stay longer, and I believe 9:30 delivery will give us a good setup. So this is our breaker, this is our bullish breaker here. Okay, we generated relative equal low. I want to see price clearing out all of these relative equal low and then moving higher. On Nasdaq, I want to see Nasdaq moving all the way up here at 33, okay, 15,970. Okay, this is a good level for price to reach. And gold seems like respecting our analysis again. Okay, so the folks who want to ask me question, I know you have a lot of questions in your mind. Then from now on, as I told you guys, I'm not gonna open the chat for the public again. It's toxic. So if you are finding my stream insightful, then I'll recommend you to become a member. Okay, it's not much, it's like $5. It's not even our stop loss. So you can ask me questions from now on. So it will mean that you are eager to learn, and I'll just avoid the folks who don't want to learn and do trash talk. So seems like price is moving for our buy side liquidity up here, right? We do have a lot of trend line liquidity up here. So our breaker got activated. Now let's wait for a chance of entry. So how the entry will be, is it a SMT down here? Okay, ES cleared out the relative equal lows. I believe we are safe. I'm gonna put my stop loss here and target 2R. 2R is basically good from this level. So let's see if Dow is giving us a chance of entry and moving higher. Yes, SMT, yeah, I want to see the SMT hold, and I want to see price giving us a chance of entry and then move higher. If we don't get that, okay, don't become impulsive and push the button here, because we do have a fair value gap. Once price went above this breaker, okay, and then this up close candle, we generated a fair value gap. So I want to see price coming down, feeling the fair value gap, and then moving higher. So let's see. Multiple calls today, okay? All of the calls, not even a single call hit our stop loss. So this is our third call, not third, fourth call. We did a call on dollar. We did a call on gold. We did a call on Dow. Didn't got an entry. The second one gave us an entry. So fourth call, okay, this is the fifth one. This is the fifth one. Yeah, members only, Jules, from now on, because other people, okay, I just want to avoid the folks who ask me questions like very basic questions. Seems like price is not giving me entry. I'm still gonna wait, okay? What I believe is a high probability, I'll stick with it, and this is what I believe is a high probability. 927. I need one trade to mitigate my losses from previous days. Okay, only one trade, one profitable trade, and I'm back in profit again. And then I will need 4 trade to lose and go lose one winning trade. Okay, if I lose 4 trades in a row, I'll lose one profitable trade. This is how I trade. So let's wait and see what price does and if it's giving me an entry or not. 928. You do your own stuff, Jules. I'm not gonna share my entry with you, but this is what I'm expecting. Okay, and if price gives me a chance of entry, I'll share it in my Telegram and you will see it there. So if you guys want, you can target more than 2 hour, basically like 3 hour, but I'm still gonna wait for a chance of entry. 2.5 hour is even better. So price generated more relative equal highs here, right? So let's see 1 minute, and we'll see what price does. Okay. So no chance of entry, right? What price is doing what today? It's not giving me a chance of entry. So this is our 5th call, and this turned out to be profitable call again. And this is what I taught inside my bootcamp. The price will generate this before it delivers liquidity, and a better entry would have been here, right, with a stop loss below here and targeting like. Anyway, I missed the chance of entry, but I'm not sad. Do you guys see I have a skill that repeats again and again? So let's see what price does now. This is our 5th call for the day and turned out to be a winning call, right? It's a good call. Did anyone take it? I believe from the chat, from the public chat, I believe some of the people probably took it. Right here, as soon as I told like it will go higher, they took it. Yeah, there will be people who did that. I mean, usually how do you enter? I don't use limit order, okay? I don't use limit order, but I always push the market when I see it. So the 5th call for the day, do I deserve a like? Let's go to 300 likes, folks, okay? If we reach 300 likes, only after that I'll keep talking. And until then, I'm muting myself and I'm not gonna talk anything anymore. 300 likes and we'll start analyzing our chart again. You guys want to hear me talk or not? Is it so hard to reach at 300 likes? 600, around 600 people watching, folks. Let's do it, okay? We have a BC here. We are still trading inside our macro. So this is our 6th call, okay? Let's see. Let's see what price does. This is another trade idea. We have relative equal highs up here with a stop loss. I believe with a stop loss below here, and targeting like 2R from here, I believe is good. So let's see if this time price is giving me an entry, right? And if it turned out to be a losing trade, I don't care. As I told you guys, I have no control over the outcome. I can identify the setup, and once I do it, all I'm gonna do, wait patiently for market to give me an entry. If market does not do that, it's not my fault, okay? It's not market's fault. It's something that I did wrong. And as I showed you guys the video of Mark Douglas, we have a zero outcome over what price can potentially do. So we still have this relative equal high, dollar still pushing higher. So I'm expecting another good calling from here. This is our 6th call for the day. 5 calls in a row. Good market call. It depends on you how you are taking your entry. This is how I do it, okay? So this is how I keep maintaining my peace of mind. Because if I take an early entry and then suppose that trade turned out to be a losing trade, I'm gonna feel what? I'm gonna feel guilty, and that's what I don't wanna feel. NQ indeed choppy. Reggie, this is another skill, okay? You will develop with time how to identify which pair to trade. You will not get it with, like, suppose in a day or in a month. It will take a lot of time from your side to get it. So let's see if price generated relative equal high here. He has a lot of relative equal high, a bunch of relative equal high. Ultimately we have a big relative equal high here. So let's see if price moves higher from this level or not. NQ indeed choppy. Yes. So let's look at gold. Let's take a quick look at gold. Okay, gold didn't reach for our okay, gold looking good again. Okay, if I was trading gold, I'll take an entry here once price hit this inversion with a stop loss below the inversion. And why if you take a look here on gold, okay, one gold is coming down to this discount period, at the same time it's generating more relative equal high, and that's what we want to see. Okay, we want to see before gold, before price gives us an entry, we want to see price generating more relative equal highs, and that works as a target for us. Okay, so we'll keep watching gold, and let's see if gold gives us a chance of entry. Joe Sherry, thanks HYDRA, always appreciate your knowledge. Thank you, Joe. Thank you. Okay, thank you, you're welcome, mate. Okay, so we have a breaker here, but I'm not trusting this breaker because we are yet to clear out this relative equal low. We are yet to clear out this relative equal low, and let's see if price clears it out. Okay, let me know. I already put an alert here, but once price reaches down here, and if I forget, let me know, and I'll tell you guys what to do after. I'll tell you guys. Okay, seems like price is generating more relative equal high. So this is how you avoid a false breaker. Okay, I'm not trusting this breaker. Okay, let me know. Okay, chat, let me know which pair does gold generate a SMT with. I don't know, so I'm gonna make the chat available again. Anyone, and let me know in the chat which pair, with which pair gold generates SMT. The folks who know, I don't know. Okay, So with which pair gold generates SMT? Silver? Really? Okay, let me know. Let me know, the folks who trade with gold. Let me know which pair does gold generates SMT with. Which pair gold generates SMT with? Dollar? DJ? I believe it's silver, right? I believe it's silver where gold generates SMT with. So let's take a look at silver. What's the pair of silver? Okay, let me know the pair of silver. Let me know the code silver. Is it like silver? What is, okay, I'm looking at indicator. What the hell? What's the name of the pair of silver? XAG USD. XAG USD. Silver. Okay, one, I got it. I got it, and then let's put the silver here because I want to see the SMT with silver. So is it SMT? Did silver cleared out the low? Let's look at it on 50-minute chart. It's not SMT, right? It's not SMT. Is it? Why they move so different? Anyway, I believe like a high probability entry will be here from this level, and if it's not happening, then that's what I believe. Okay, price will generate a good signal here. So the folks who are trading on gold and who are relying on my analysis, I'll highly recommend you to push the button or wait for price to reach all the way around here and then execute. Okay, so now let's go to our Dow and let's see what Dow is doing. Dow is trading back inside our breaker again. Let's go to 30-second and let's see what gold is. Okay, is it SMT? With Nasdaq it is SMT, right? Do you guys see that we have a SMT here? So let's see if this SMT sends us lower. We basically hit our discount price level, and this is gonna be our last line of defense to expect a higher price action. We hit the fair value gap here. Now we are moving lower. Do we have lower targets? Yes, we do have the lower targets here. Gold hit our target. Now you do your analysis and you take an entry based on your own analysis. Okay, you take an entry based on your own analysis, and let's see if this eventually comes out to be a profitable trade, because we have a SMT here. Okay, we do have a small little SMT here. I'm trusting on dollar. Okay, otherwise I would have closed the trade by now. I'm trusting the dollar, as dollar seems to be bullish, right? And if dollar moves higher and if we are in a high probability condition, I believe US30 will still go higher. So this is what goals look like. Dollar is looking like. Dollar generated. Where is it? Where is my chart? Okay, dollar generated this relative equal high. Okay, that's why I'm holding, because I do see a target here, up here, this relative equal high, and I want to see price respecting this relative equal high. That means what? Price clearing out this relative equal high, and we do have another breaker here on dollar. So let's mark it. Where is it? Where are you? Okay, you were here. So this is our breaker. So yeah, I'm gonna watch. Okay, I'm expecting dollar going higher, and let's see if this trade turns out to be a profitable one. Now I'm gonna put my stop loss below this low. Okay, now the price generated another low down here. I don't want to see price coming down and going below this low because it already did that here. So I'm gonna put my stop loss here, and that will minimize my risk. And now let's see if price moves higher from here or not. Price is respecting my analysis or not. This is gonna be the fifth call, and let's see if it's turning out to be a losing one. Bearish breaker on NQ. Yeah, because of the SMT, we are seeing this price action lower. We do like, and Nasdaq cleared out the buy side liquidity, right? We had this target here, and I told you guys that at 9:30 we'll see price clearing this level out, and we did that, and we're still gonna wait. Let's see if dollar respects it or not. If dollar respects our analysis or not. I'm basically relying on dollar. Very choppy delivery. We are also approaching towards our next macro, 950 to 1010, right? We do have a breaker here, which is not yet a breaker, so I'm expecting it to turn out to be a breaker. We do have this relative equal high. We are yet to hit the weekly fair value gap, this whole big gray shaded box, right? So let's see what price it does here. Okay, folks, I'm patient enough to see what price is doing, or even if I'm losing it, I basically don't care. How come you are waiting for the macros to take trades today? How come you are waiting for, I always wait for the macros to take the trade, and this is not looking good, folks. Price is still like, this is a very choppy delivery on 32nd, and let's see. Seems like it will hit our stop loss, right? I have a stop loss right below this low here, just below here. So let's see what price it does. Is it a SMT with ES? Yes, we generate ES cleared out the low here. Dow didn't. So that's why this is gonna be our last line of defense to expect higher prices on Dow. Do you guys see the SMT? Lower low, lower high on Dow. So let's see if this SMT holds. If not, I'm probably wrong. So why should I be worried? Do you consider session highs and lows? If you want to ask me a question, okay, you can do it by becoming a member. Now let's see if this SMT holds or not. If you don't have $5 to invest in yourself, and you are dreaming to trade, man, you have a bad dream. Gold, okay, let's take a look on gold. Gold hit our target, right? I'm expecting gold hitting this, reaching for the inversion. Gold hit our target. So if not, if gold don't want to reach here, okay, I'm still expecting to see a breaker forming here. So now gold delivered our liquidity all the way down here. I want to see this up close candle become as a breaker. This up close candle turn out to be a breaker. and seems like we have liquidity in both sides of the marketplace here. And yes, the SMT, so still holding as long as this SMT is here. For higher time frame liquidity and inefficiencies for NQ, should we be using the NQZ or NQ1? It's not why I use NQ1 or YM1, because these are consecutive chart. Okay, in the other ones you will have to change the, okay, so price will go lower. I'm out of this trade. Okay, I'm not interested in this trade anymore. I believe I will have better opportunities in future. So let's answer your question. It because like in other charts you will have to change the symbol after a couple of months, right? So on this chart, it's a consecutive chart, the chart will do it for you automatically, so you don't have to do it by yourself. Basically because of that I'm using it. So price became into a choppy delivery. I'm not in this trade anymore, right? I don't want to see my stop loss getting hit below here, so I closed early here at this level, and I'll wait for another opportunity. Okay, I'm willing to take another trade, and let's see what turns out to be a profitable trade. Which trade turns out to be a profitable trade? See, the stop loss eventually got hit. So what? So I closed the trade early here because we had a SMT here, right? Price showed that it wanna go higher. So if it wanted to go higher, it should not be reaching down here below, going below this low. So at this candle I closed with a 0.5% risk, and yeah, I believe this is a very good closing. 14 points. And still going lower. We still have relative equal highs here, so we are trading inside our macro 950 to 1010, right? This is our macro. We still have all of these down close, up close candles as a breaker. I was trusting dollar though. So do you guys see that this is what a low probability condition looks like? Dollar going up, right? And he kept moving lower. US30. So now let's see 950 to 1010 macro. I'm a little late. Do you saw the opening gap on the close lower on NQ? Yes, I did that. I did our analysis. Go back and watch my analysis from today. And when I started my stream, I shared that regular trading hours gap will attract price like a magnet. Yes, it's best on NQ1. $9.50. Are we near to our regular trading? We do have a sell side liquidity down here, right? Okay, we do have a sell side liquidity down here. So let's see if we can identify a bearish breaker that will take us here, as we generated more relative equal lows down here. Do you guys see it? More and more relative equal low, and that means what? It's a signal from price that it wanna move lower. It wanna go below this relative equal lows. So I don't see any breaker here yet. Nothing on 30-second chart, 15-second. I don't see it as well, other than this relative equal high here. So price has liquidity in both sides, in both directions. So what I will wait for, okay, what I believe is high probability for NQ, the gap closure at 15,896. Okay, NQ is moving towards the gap. 15-minute chart. We have the gap all the way down here on NQ. 30-second, and no SMT up here. Okay, do you guys see that on NASDAQ? Dow, and even on yes, we don't have a SMT here. They've all generated relative equal high up here. So this is something that can possibly work as a high probability target. Now that I'm looking on gold, I already told you guys what sorry, on dollar can reach for the gap that it generated. So let's see. Okay, if the Dow is clearing out this relative equal high, I'll take an entry by using these order blocks, which I believe is a breaker. So we do have a breaker here. See, I identified the breaker, and this is gonna be the last trade that I'm taking. So the trade idea is something like this, with a stop loss above here, targeting all the way down here, which is like more like 3R. So let's see if price reaches all the way up here or not. If price giving us a chance of entry or not. I want to see price generating relative equal low down here before hitting our target all the way up here. If the stop loss is, say, stop loss is not aggressive, okay? So this is our equal high. And let's go to 3 minute, 5 minute, yeah, looking good, and 30-second, okay. If dollar keeps pushing higher at the target that I gave you guys, I believe dollar will reach at 104,900. Okay, this is a good level for dollar to reach, 104,900. So if dollar keeps pushing higher, we can expect to see Dow going lower and filling the or hitting the gap that it generated yesterday, the new regular trading hour gap. So see, Dow is generating relative equal lows down here, and this is what I want to see before Dow clears out these relative equal highs up here. So I have my limit order here, okay, at this high. We do have a fair value gap here, so we can execute at this fair value gap. I'm just gonna go and take a quick break and make a coffee, and then I'll come back. We are still trading inside our macro though, okay? So we'll see if price is giving us a chance of entry or not, and if not, this is gonna be our last call, and after that I'm closing, okay folks? So I'm gonna make a quick coffee break, take a quick coffee break, and I'm coming back. So I'm back. So Dow cleared out the relative equal highs from here, right? It generated relative equal lows down here. So I want to see Dow moving lower from this level. So let's see what Dow can do here. Dollar is still pushing higher. This is what I want to see. Dollar pushing higher, going at 104,900, and let's see. Okay, let's see. My target on dollar is 104,900, and I want to see Dow moving lower from this level. Once Dow goes below this relative equal low, I'll trail my stop loss. More relative equal lows. So Dow is going below this relative equal low. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put my stop loss now above this fair value gap. So even if price is coming back up and clearing me out, I have less risk in this trade. So we have another breaker here on 15-second chart. Okay, we generated relative equal low. So I believe Dow will go lower from this breaker, from this 15-second breaker, and if not, if Dow is going above this one, I'm closing my trade. I want to see Dow moving lower from this breaker as we generated a bunch of relative equal lows down here. Once Dow clears out the relative equal low, I'll put my stop loss at break even. Very choppy delivery, right? Like price is ranging inside this zone. After clearing out the equal highs, it's basically chopping around here. So price did another stop hunt here. So if it's not reversing from here, I'm probably wrong and I'll close my trade. Did Dow hit this fair value gap? Okay, Dow didn't hit this fair value gap, right? So this is gonna be a last line of defense, my last line of defense. Wait, this fair value gap, and even after that, if price is not going lower after hitting this, I'm not holding anymore. So Dow hit the fair value gap, right? And let's see if it goes lower from here. Dow did another stop hunt here. Yes, also cleared out all the buy side liquidity from here. And a bunch of relative equal lows, which are not SMTs. So let's see if price moves lower or not. If it was a SMT here, if there was a SMT here, I would have closed my trade. But as you guys can see, there's no SMT. So I'm still gonna hold and let's see what price it does here. Can we consider NQ making a 3 dive pattern? A 3 dive, a 1 2 3, the third one. Yeah, you can. Yeah, as long as these relative equal lows are intact and NQ is doing another stop hunt, yes. As long as these relative equal lows are intact and NQ is pushing higher, going above this one, this is gonna be our 3 dive pattern. And seems like this trade is turning out to be a losing one. This is our 7th call for the day, right? And a little bit more. And I'm out. Damn, so price manipulated quite a lot, right? Market maker buy model on Dow. So now the people will come and they will lecture me. Okay, this is a market maker buy model. They never talked before. Hindsight chart artist. Anyway, so this seems like price hit this fair value gap, right? This one. And let's see if it goes lower or not. This is gonna be the last trade I'm taking today. 2 trades and I'm closing my stream after that. And Q seems like having a 3 dive pattern here, right? So 1, 2, 3. Not yet. We still need another stop hunt. Didn't you mention gold by 2? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Where is gold? What are you trying to prove here? Humble Mirage. Didn't you mention? Yes, I did, from this inversion, right? As I told you guys, this is a good point for price to reverse as we had relative equal highs here. See, you lost some money, Humble. Or what? You took me as a signal service or what? Humble lost a little bit more money. Anyway, so seems like there's no pattern here. There's still no setup visible. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. You expect a new stop hunt? Yes, if gold is doing a stop hunt, we'll have a breaker on gold, and on NAS we'll have a 3-dive pattern forming here. Let's move back to our Dow and let's see what Dow is doing today. And seems like Dow respecting the fair value gap, right? The both one. Let's see, folks. Okay, we are approaching towards our next macro, and on my 100k account, I didn't close one position on my 100k account. I closed it in my other funded accounts, but here I'm still holding on this one. As you guys can see, this trade right here, entry right here with a stop loss above this swing high. I didn't trail the stop loss here. In my other account I closed it, and this is 0.5% risk of a 100k top step account. So let's see what price does. Okay, price basically hit the fair value gap here, so I'm still gonna wait and see before closing it. It's either hitting my stop loss or it's going towards sell side. Dollar is still pushing higher, right? Have we not swept the lows, meaning we will attack high next? Looks like your trade was correct. Yes, by far, like with my model, it was correct, and I'm holding on one account. I closed it in my other accounts. So on a 100k account, 0.5% risk is like $250 or $500, I believe. Yeah, so let's see what this brings us. It generated another relative equal high. Now if this wasn't turning out to be a losing trade, I'm closing here, because seems like we have a lot of relative equal lows and price is not respecting it. This level is clean too, this one is clean too. So all we can do is follow our model. Okay, and if price wanna give us a profitable trade, it will give us. We don't have it, we don't have any power over the outcome of a trade. Okay, so I took a trade on Friday, then Monday, now it's Tuesday. So how many losses? 3 losses. I need one more trade to lose one win. Okay, one winning trade. So price did another stop hunt here. So it's basically behaving like the CPI did. You guys remember a CPI? We generated a bunch of relative equal lows and didn't even clear it out. So someone here mentioned like it's a market maker buy model. How the fuck do you see it's a market maker buy model when you have targets like this, relative equal lows like this? EU 5-minute gave us a nice breaker. EU, let's see on EU 5-minute gave us a nice breaker. This one, it was at 9 o'clock. Yeah, we had a breaker. We called market 4th times in a row, and turned out to be those calls are as winning calls, right? Last 2 calls turned out to be, seems like price is manipulating a lot. And it's a very bad situation here. Do you guys see that? Like, look at NQ, relative equal lows all the way down here, right? Relative equal lows, and price is just basically doing buy side, clearing out buy side liquidity again and again. And we have more relative equal lows generated here. So according to our model, see, I told you guys we don't have a power over the outcome of a trade. So let's see what price does here. Let's see what price it does, and after that I'm closing. 1020 to 1040 macro, we have another one. $50-minute fair value gap, inversion fair value gap as my last line of defense. 50-minute fair value gap here. Which fair value gap? Oh, it's we're talking about forex. So choppy high moves, yes. It's a ranging market, so we did a 3 dive pattern here on Nasdaq. See, the thing is, gold, this is what I consider as a low probability. Sorry, dollar, I told you guys that dollar will move higher, right, from this level, and dollar did. This was a good call, even from calling it lower, then calling it higher. But the thing is, price started doing manipulation here, and this is something that we don't have a control over. So price reaching for the relative equal high here. Now let's see, after taking out the relative equal high and hitting the weekly fair value gap, if we go lower or not. Drisha, HYDRA, it seems that we had a sell side stop hunt on 1 hour time frame in ES. Shouldn't we expect higher prices on what time frame? On hourly chart on ES? Yes, we should be expecting higher prices, but this is not what I teach you guys. Not just rely on the pattern itself. We look at the liquidity levels, how price is generating relative equal lows, then it did another one here, right? So this is what we look for. And look here, again, multiple stop hunts. We don't have control over this. Once we see it, we know the price most of the time clears out the relative equal lows, and that's how we engage. But today it seems like price chose to move higher without clearing the relative equal lows. So let's see if after price hits this weekly fair value gap, okay, if it reverses or not. We have multiple relative equal lows right here, and then right here we have an unfilled fair value gap lower. And see, let's see what price can do tomorrow. Do we have news tomorrow? Tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, PPI. We have unemployment claims here at 8:30. Yeah, after the no news at on Friday, right? So tomorrow, I believe we'll have a good day. See, all generated a relative equal low down here, even ES, okay? So do you guys see that this price will reverse? Okay, I strongly believe it will reverse, but let's see if price hits this weekly fair value gap, clears out this relative equal high, then we can expect to see a reversal happening, as we have this very clean trend line liquidity going on here. So price basically respected the retail theory here. At the same time, we had an inversion here, right? So price was trading inside this inversion after the market structure shift happened. NQ just cleared out 1 minute equal high. Yes, I can see that here, but NQ still has this relative equal high intact. Sorry, Dow still has this relative equal high intact. So let's see if Dow clears it out or not. So ASMT again, right? CES made a higher high, but Dow didn't. A lower high here. So basically we have a SMT up here, but I consider price will reach up here at this where it will clear out this relative equal high, and it possibly will hit this weekly fair value gap, which is so near. We also have another buy side liquidity up here, the 4-hour buy side liquidity. So let's see what price does here. Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you. Nasdaq generating more relative equal lows, right, in a form of trendline liquidity. A lot of trendline liquidity right here. So I'll be here until price clears these levels out. I want to see when price does it, okay? And that's what will give you and me a good idea when price can possibly reverse, when price is generating liquidities like this. I'm expecting it happening inside 1020 to 1040 period, because this is what our silver bullet zone, right? So this is our fair value gap from the weekly chart. Let's see if price moves all the way up here and then goes lower or not. So we have a fair value gap here that turned out to be an inversion, right? And this is gonna be the last call, okay folks? I'm closing it after that. I don't have any interest to look for a setup in this condition, in this so slow delivery, okay? So I'll wait for price to clear out this equal high, hit this fair value gap, and then possibly come lower, and we'll see what happens. So seems like what, price didn't clear out the equal highs here, but exchange is shift right inside our 1020 to 1040 macro. We do have a breaker here. I would have liked it if price was like clearing out the equal high from here. It's more like a SMT, right? But this one did a stop hunt here above this swing high. I'll still wait. Price did a stop hunt here, so I believe price can potentially move higher from this level and hunt liquidity up here at this equal high from here. So I'm calling market again from this inversion at this equal high and at this weekly fair value gap. Now let's see if price goes higher or not. This is not a breaker, it's a false breaker, and this is what I'm considering as a false breaker. Because we still have this relative equal high intact. Price basically generated another equal high, and we still have a weekly fair value gap that price can tap inside. So it seems like price is respecting this breaker here. $15-minute chart and 5-minute. So very choppy delivery, right folks? Right here. With very low volume. Now let's see if eventually price is reaching up here or not. Someone commented in my on my Telegram group, okay? So he was like, you're very disrespectful to the other people and you don't even know what the hell you were doing. You're looking at 30-second chart and there's more to equal high and lows. Oh my god, I really love reading the comments like this. Anyway, this is gonna be it for today, okay folks? Very choppy price action. I have no interest to tape read this one, but still gonna wait to see if price is clearing this level out or not. So the guy was like, macros are a scam, macros doesn't work. Yeah, you won't see it anymore, he's like blocked. Anyway, so the inversion still price still respecting this inversion, right? So we'll see like if price is reaching for this equal. It's so near this relative equal high and then this fair value gap from the weekly chart. So let's see if price goes up there or not, and after that I'm closing. Do you guys see the delivery here? So that guy, okay, he got fed up after he saw me losing 2 trades and he forgot how I call market before that using the same macros, right? What the hell he was talking about. And there's no point of becoming humble. There's no place for the people who want to see me as a humble mentor. It's not gonna happen, okay? Humble means lazy. You have to be hard. You have to push yourself hard in this industry. So very choppy delivery, very choppy delivery, very choppy price action here, right? And seems like if a move happens, I believe it will happen at 130, around like 120 to 130, in between that time period. Until then, I see that price is not doing anything, or probably don't. So the macros that are gonna be important next time is gonna be 120 to 140, the lunch macros. No, he's not a hater. He's like basically, I don't consider him as a hater. I didn't see him here, otherwise I would have blocked him here. He's not a hater, he is blind, okay? Losing trade, folks, okay? It's inevitable. Everyone goes into a losing trade. If you see me losing like 4 times in a row and you are getting fade up after that, you really don't belong here. When you are trading personally, okay, I'm asking to the people who are like making money in this industry, a consistent money. When you are trading, don't you ever go in a losing streak? when you are going in a losing streak like 4 or 5 times, do you think like, okay, this is a method that will never work? Or do you think, okay, it's just a losing streak that happening, I will still have a winning streak? What did I told you guys when I started my stream? That you have no control over the outcome. My strategy wins 50 to 60% of the time, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna that still doesn't fill the gap of 40% of the losing trades, right? So if, okay, listen carefully. So 40% of the time I'm losing, and I'm showing it to you here live, right? And the folks who believe, who are like very beginner, who worship other mentors, and who believe like in shiny objects, right? There will be some model that will make them profitable. If they keep switching, they will be able to avoid losses, which is not gonna happen. 4 to 5 losses in a row is so normal, folks. Okay, it's so freaking normal. It's so normal. Get used to it. Do you see any emotion inside me when I'm losing in a row? I don't care, because I know that this happens in the market condition like this. Let's take a quick look on gold. Someone saying that gold is moving higher. So who called the market here? How many times I call a market and get right? Multiple times. Okay, I'm taking trades, selective trades that I believe will turn out to be a profitable trade. I'm not telling you to copy my trades, okay? I'm giving you my analysis. I'm showing you how I do it, and that's the point of it. And as you guys can see, I told you that inversion, this inversion will be a good point for price to reverse with a stop loss below here, right? And what it seems like price is respecting our analysis on gold. So let's see what happens on Dow. Very, very small range, and basically nothing to tape read here. Now I don't have any interest in this market anymore, okay? Price may go up or may down, but this delivery after a long range day, I am not interested in this market anymore. I'll catch you guys tomorrow, okay folks? I'll see you guys tomorrow, and this is gonna be it for today. I'll catch you guys tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see what happens even tomorrow. Tomorrow we have one news at 8:30, unemployment claims. I believe we'll find something after that. And on Friday we don't have any news, so we'll see. Last week we closed with profit. This week let's see, we still have 2 trading days. Let's see if I can close with profit. Some of you got made some money with my callings here on Dow, right? We had multiple callings, so go back and watch the stream. 5 times in a row, good callings, and the trade that I choose to take turned out to be a losing trade, and I'm not ashamed of that, okay? A losing streak, 4 or 5 of losing streak is so normal. If you feel like, okay, if you are going in a 5 losing streak, your model doesn't work, trust me, you still have a lot of progress to make. Okay, still have a lot of progress to make. And that's gonna be it for today. I'm closing it here, folks. Okay, take care, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Peace.